Well, hello and welcome, people of the internet, to Degenheim. This is a new hack and slash action roguelike that is currently in a closed playtest. But if you want to request access for yourself, link will of course be down in the description as always. Here I am running into projectiles here. Link as always will be down below in the description. Let's go ahead and take the bleed apple ore. So what is this game? It's kind of a Hades-like mixed with a Brotato style wave floor system. 20 floors that we have to make our way to the final boss. Along the way, we're going to have to defeat a whole bunch of enemies and obviously collect experience at the end of the level up, get some skill upgrades, and get super powerful. There's a whole bunch of different enemies. They all do different things. And there's a bunch of different characters. For the full release, there's planned to be, I believe it's over 20 different characters. Right now, there's, I don't know, maybe 10-ish. We'll have to take another look. In terms of upgrades here, we could either take, let's see, a dash ability, corpse explosion. I think I'm just going to keep leveling up our bleed apple aura, which is going to increase the damage of our attack power to all targets around us and apply bleed, which is that aura you see around us. Let's go ahead and jump into the next level here. Floors are very fast. It's a very fast-paced game. Each floor is going to have a couple different waves. Okay, keep running into enemies. That's all right. These presents around the map are going to drop health packs, armor, damage up, all kinds of stuff. Although there is only a chance they drop stuff. It's not guaranteed. There we go. A little bit of attack power. That's totally fine. This character right here is kind of the base character that you expect to see in a lot of these different games. I'm going to take the burn apple aura. The apple auras I tend to like a lot with this character just because he is a melee character. Having the aura around him, he's going to be close to enemies anyway, so we just get two different styles of damage on enemies as we get closer to them. We have two different attacks. We have our main sword here, which is it does a basic melee attack, but we also have a gun in our other hand, which we can use with the right click every once in a while. Cooldowns are down below. We do have a dash, and we do have an ultimate ability. I will make sure to use that here in a second. Going to take puncturing wounds here, so that way enemies can get an additional stack of bleed. For upgrades, we can take a look here in the main menu. Picked up abilities. You can only have 5 active abilities and 5 passive abilities at a time, so you got to kind of keep an eye out of what you actually want to take here. Let's go ahead and go around here, see if we can find a health pack. There we go. Trying to get close to, there we go, full health. Nice. I was going to say, as close to full health as possible. We're lucky enough to do so. The floors go by quick, and the farther we get into the levels, the more enemies they will have, and of course, the more difficult enemies there will become. There's a whole bunch of different enemies. There's a whole bunch of different, like I said, whole bunch of different characters, whole bunch of different power-ups, whole bunch of different progression systems, and the meta progression system is a little weird. We'll take a look at all that stuff at the hub world after we finish this run. I'm gonna take the corpse explosion here, exploding enemies upon death. Why not? Not great for boss fights, but it's going to be good for clearing waves. So I believe, well, every 5 levels, something happens. So here is the very random magical being, Mr. Strawberry. He's going to give us the ability to either take a healing heart or definitely not steroids. Now, I have submitted a bug request. This healing heart doesn't actually heal you at this point, so we're just going to take the steroids, and we're at full health anyway. Let's go ahead and kick some ass. In terms of theme, so I'm hoping we'll see a couple cutscenes here. I've already done a few of them, and so I'm not sure if I'm going to actually be unlocking any more story points during this run through. But the overall theme, it's hard to pin down. I would almost combine like a Duke Nukem with early Saturday morning cartoons, which I understand is a completely strange combination, but it's kind of like that whole, you know, kick ass and chew bubblegum, but then you like, well, I can't even say you de-age it because they curse a lot. Let's go ahead and take I'm going to level up the burn apple aura again. But it is there, you know, there's a lot of puns, there's a lot of references in the characters. You know, there's a character called Tail Swift. Her middle initial is R. You know, so yeah, you have some stuff like that. We're here, we're basically fighting the boss on this chapter is this like old surfer dude. If we beat him, we take his credit card, and then the next boss is like his sugar baby named Karen. It's all over the place. It's super wild. I'm gonna go ahead and take puncturing wounds. I think your bleed now gets 2 extra stacks. Could go with playing with matches. Burn takes up a 20% chance to do 200 damage. I think I might actually go with this. I do like taking the fire effects. It would be either of these, but I think I'm gonna take this just so that way we can secure it. There aren't any kind of manipulations for skills, at least right now. I'm not really sure if that's a plan of the future. I would definitely like to see that in the future rather than just getting whatever gets handed to you, just so that way you have a little bit of agency of being able to determine kind of what your build is going to look like. Now, one thing I have noticed, and I've been playing this game for, I don't know, a couple hours now, just to kind of level up and see what the game's all about. Let's go with, let's get another play with matches. Increase that chance a little bit. One thing I've noticed here with the skill upgrades is the diversity in upgrades is a little bit lacking. Really, what I found is there's kind of basically a couple different categories of upgrades, and then they all have different damage types. So, for example, there are basically dash upgrades. There are the aura upgrades. There are falling like tomatoes from the sky, basically meteor upgrades. And then there are upgrades to increase the power of each element. So the elements are basically bleed, freeze, zap, burn. And I think that's it. There might be one more, if my memory serves me correct, but not sure at this point. But yeah, so see, like we have your bleed is increased, we have the aura, and then we have the bleed to meteor, which is that meteor effect that I was talking about. So there's kind of only several different categories of upgrades, and then they all kind of go off the same effect. So as many runs I've probably done at this point, I don't know, probably close to 10 runs if I had to guess. All right, here's our first mini boss. Happens here at level 10. Go ahead and pop our ult here. Give him a couple shots. Get out of the way. You gonna come at me, bro? There we go. So, yeah, builds overall I found are quite similar. So see, here's like the burn increase, we have the frost to meteor, and we have the bleed apple aura. So a lot of these are starting to kind of feel very similar. All the abilities are kind of the same. I have a feeling that a lot of the play differences are going to come from a lot of the different characters. You know, like they're advertising over 20 different characters. Like I said, right now only a couple of them are available in this version of the game. And they are kind of, some of them are difficult to unlock. And it's not necessarily that the challenges to get them are difficult. It's more so that they're time consuming. So they're kind of gated behind how much gold you get. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and go with bleed damage. We'll get that up. So it's more based on how long you play versus like, can you complete a difficult challenge? Which for some players, I'm not sure if they'll like that as much. You know, you kind of have two different kinds of players. You have the players who would like the difficult challenges, but then you have the players who maybe aren't as skilled in the gaming department. I raised my hand when I said that. And would prefer to just have, like, kind of, quote-unquote, time-gated characters that you just have to do X number of runs, and eventually you can just kind of, like, power through it. Ooh, let's get through here. Pop our ult. Very good. One thing that is extremely good is the music. The music is super fun, and it changes for each map we go to. There are a lot of different maps. They have advertised that there's going to be, how many maps? I had the number up, and then I went and got rid of it, but a lot of different maps. I've seen, I mean, there's a lot of different maps. Let's get the burn attack. It's going to increase the power of our basic attack and also allow it to burn. So you see here we have like this Candyland looking world, which is just like so, it's like the antithesis of what you would expect to see in a game like this. But, you know, here we are playing in Candyland. There we go. End of the level. Let's go ahead and pick up Incinerate, help out our bird. Yeah, recognize the meme, anyone? Daddy, chill. right? Let's keep progressing. Let's grab a little bit of health here. Let's pop the Jester Cap. Combat itself does feel very good. Hitboxes are pretty consistent. There's only been 1 or 2 times that I haven't been like super happy about where I got hit because I felt like I was out of the hitbox. But for the most part, hitboxes feel very good. Combat itself just feels pretty good. Each character, I've only played 2 characters. We're going to play the other character that I have unlocked, and I'm hoping that we can unlock another character if we're lucky. I'm going to go ahead and take the... maybe burn... No, it's a very small... I'm going to take the Bleed Tomato, increased damage and increased chance of it actually happening. Yeah, I'm going to hope we can unlock the other character, but I don't know. I've had some trouble on the second chapter of the game. I feel like I might need a few more meta progression upgrades. But like I said, once we finish up this chapter, we'll go ahead and take a look at all the different upgrades and how the systems work. There we go. Let's see if we can find any health. Playing with matches. I'm going to take the puncturing wounds here, actually. And then let's see if there are any more presents for health, perhaps. A couple more. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Full health, baby. Let's go. Here we go, another berry. Berry is always the same. I do kind of wish berry maybe was a shop that you could buy upgrades at, and you'd have to have a secondary currency, of course, that you pick up along the way, right? Because these are always the same. Healing Heart and definitely not steroids. And again, I've taken this a couple times. There might be a status condition that I had that I just didn't notice, but I looked everywhere I could find and could not find anything that said you can't heal. But every time I've taken this, it's healed me for 0. So I'm going to take the definitely not steroids, and we will definitely not be roided up. There we go. And our secondary shot does trigger those tomatoes, which is very nice. Typically, I mean, at first I thought it was just going to be our primary attack, but nope, it does our shot as well, which is pretty helpful. So we can kind of attack enemies from a distance and still do a reasonable amount of damage. You know, all our damage isn't like linked to our main attack. I'm going to increase our bleed damage here. That's a pretty big, I mean, either or. We do have the bleed tomato though, so let's go ahead and do bleed damage. Cleared 16 out of 20, almost through. I mean, you can see we're 14 minutes in, and we're already almost done. So it's about a minute per level, at least in this chapter. Moving forward, it'll be a little bit more. I think it goes up to like 3 waves of enemies that I've played. Right now, we're only seeing 2 enemies. So you clear this first wave, and there's a second wave of enemies that shows up. Yeah, see, so this is the second wave of enemies that's coming through. You obviously have a bunch of different enemies, so like those Jester Caps, they like to dash at us. The guy that was up here kind of hiding, he does an area of effect that comes down, does a lot of damage. Definitely don't want to be in the middle of that. Let's go ahead and get puncturing wounds, I think. Just an extra stack of bleed. Let me take a look around here. Let's go ahead and heal up if we can. No such luck. No such luck. Anything up here? Or if I already cracked all the... There's one more. Nope. Nothing. All right. Make our way through the gate. Yeah, all these AoEs are these little guys. We got the Jester Caps. Take out that one. Where is he? Right here. Here we go. There's a third wave. Okay, let's take him out. Now, one thing that I would like to see, in terms of settings, there's not a lot of accessibility settings, if you will. I'm going to take the Frost Tomato as well. Might as well just increase the amount of amount of tomato meteors. There's not a lot of accessibility settings. One of the ones that I prefer in these action roguelike games is the ability to make my mouse either bigger or more easily seen. This is a game that this is a style of game that I tend to lose where my mouse is, and especially when we have abilities that specifically need you to aim. It's one of those things where I don't want to lose track of my mouse while I'm playing, because then I'm focusing on not only dodging enemy attacks and focusing on where my attacks should be going, but also trying to find my mouse again. And so, yeah, just either increasing size or changing color, something like that would just be overall helpful. Let's go ahead and pop these open, see if we can find a little bit more health, because we are going to be fighting the boss here on this next floor, and I'd like to be full health if possible. No such luck. All right, let's take him out. So we're going to head to the beach here. We have our area, so we can't go outside the area or we're going to be taking damage. Got to dodge him right here. Take on the old man. Let's go ahead and pop our ult, do a little damage, smack him in the butt. Come to the backside. Okay, I can't move. I can't move. Okay, we're fine. I can't even attack. Wait, why can't I attack? Oh, there we go. Now shoot him in the back, and he burns death. Very nice. Sugar Grandpa goes down, and now we have to defeat his sugar baby. Chapter cleared. Let's go. All right, and then we come back to our hub world. We got statcat.ai. My data, your skills, unbeatable combo. There we go. Chapter cleared. So we got some gold, we got some items, and then we get a little breakdown of our upgrades here. Let's go ahead and move on forward. So this is the hub world. This is where, of course, all our meta progression happens. First thing we have over here is talent. So let's go ahead and talk to our trainer, Hank the Dank Trainer. Now, this system is a little bit different than I've seen before. So when you first start here, these are all going to be locked. Now, I've obviously upgraded a bunch of these. Now, upgrades, you don't actually choose what you want to upgrade. It's a complete roulette. So basically, you pop in your gold, which you get from completing your run. So we're going to pop in 2,200 here. It's going to randomly select an upgrade and upgrade it, or unlock it if you haven't upgraded anything. So we just got an extra 3% chance of dropping a pickup. Yeah, and that's all we have. I'm out of gold there. Over here, we have our items. We have Pietro, the sartorial prodigy. And over here, we have our equipment. Now, a lot of these are kind of the same. I haven't figured out yet if there's a strong difference between these symbols or if it's just for like balancing purposes. As far as they all go right now, I only have the base rarity items. They do, scale up as you'd expect with equipment. But they all these base versions either give like max health, or they give max health, or they give attack power. I'm assuming that these are going to get a little bit more complicated, interesting, whatever word you choose to use in the future at different rarities. The other thing we can do is forge items. So if we have 3 of a kind, we can go ahead and combine them, which unfortunately I don't have yet. I have 2 of these rocket launchers. I also have 2 of the Yodonut, and I have 2 of these, the trained spider. But that seems to be it. So I still need to find those. Basically, you just get 1 or 2 items at the end of each run. And salvage, I haven't figured out yet. There's nothing here. So I don't know if I just haven't unlocked this yet. I don't have the right equipment. I'm not exactly sure, but there's nothing here. So we can also go, if you want to train, you can do that here. We also have characters. So let's go ahead and jump into the bar. We have Stephanie, the bartender, helping us out here. So this is who we were playing. Dash Johnson, the melee hybrid. You can see all their stats. You can see their different abilities. So we had the sword slash, we had the trusted shoddy, and of course we had ass whooping. We are the actual real Giga Chad, the one and only. Here we're going to try Stacy, a ranged glass cannon. So this character is a ranged character. She has a bubble gun, fires multiple fast projectiles, does a small amount of attack power. So she's ranged, low defense, low health, and we got to kind of be careful with her. So she has a little burst shot attack here. She's also got a wider range shot there. And let's go ahead and build up her ult real quick so we can see that before actually jumping in. There we go. And her ult is going to spin around, shoot everything in the range, increase her speed, increase her dodge. And then there's a couple other things up here, but they're not currently accessible, so we'll have to see that in future versions of the game. So let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to do Chapter 2 and try to fight Miss Karen. This is Karen. This is the sugar baby of this guy, which is, you know, it's interesting. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. Let's go ahead and run in and see if we can get this done. Chapter 2 has, as far as I found, more difficult enemies than the first chapter. I've actually kind of struggled with this chapter with some of the range enemies, especially getting, well, that was just my fault, getting too close. But especially getting towards the end of the chapter, some of the enemies can be really, really obnoxious. We're going to take Corpse Explosion here. The added damage to the special attack is fine, but I don't know. I haven't been, like, the biggest fan of it. Okay, we'll take the heal. See if we can find another heal here. There we go. Full health. Nice. Especially with this character. She has such low armor, very low HP. But we are going to be able to stay away from enemies for the most part. And just kind of take them out from a range. Of course, our weapon does have a pretty large spread on it. So we're going to want to make sure that we can just keep taking out the enemies here. Go ahead and ult up. Just clear them out. Let's see. Let's go for Frost Attack. It just increases the power of our base attack. And it will also slow any enemies that we hit, which will just help us out a little bit. A little bit of added survivability to a point. Ooh, come on, Jester. Get out of here. Nice. Freeze reduces enemy movements. Frost attack. Burning feet. I think I'm just going to take a second level of frost attack. Just increase my damage as much as possible. Little surfer action. Oh, get out of the way. Now, this character's movement does stop when we shoot, so we got to kind of take that into consideration as well. Can't really be on the move and shooting. And the upgrades, now that was +0, but I was at full health, so just in case anyone was wondering, although you guys tend to catch things far more than I do while I'm actually playing. What was I going about and saying? I already forgot. Got distracted. Nice. Let's go ahead and take the Zap to Meteor. Yeah, so, yeah, like you can kind of see here, it's all kind of, the skills feel very redundant. One of the things you'll see in the advertising of this game is that they say there's over 100 different unique skills. And that might be true, but I don't know if I consider, like, Corpse Shot and Corpse Explosion, sure, these are slightly different enough. It's the same trigger, but it is slightly different. Projectiles shoot in 8 directions, or they just explode. It's a slightly different way of dealing damage. But the difference between Zap to Meteor and Burn to Meteor is incredibly small, and it's like, do I really consider them two different skills? I don't know. I think they're very similar. And so you'll see probably this build will be slightly different because I'm not going to go with the auras that we did last time. I'll probably just build more into the meteors this time since that works a little bit. Wow, I'm an idiot. It's going to work a little bit better with this build since we're shooting from a range and we can just drop meteors on everybody. But we were also dropping meteors the last time as well. So I would definitely like to see a little bit more variety in the skill design. like I said, there's kind of like 5 or 6 different categories, and then a different ability for each of the different elements. And so some of the builds can feel very samey. That being said, the combat actually is fun. You know, actually going around shooting things, it's pretty good. There's enough variety of enemies that you got to keep your eye out and stay on your toes consistently. I think we're just going to take another level of the Tomateer. Are there any more presents? Nope, I already busted them all up. Going to take the added damage here. Definitely not steroids. Keep on going. Get out of there. Pick up the armor. Our secondary blast actually has a really decent range on it, which I'm glad about. You know, it would kind of be weird for the, you know, the character that you need to kind of stay far away if they had a close-up. I mean, I get it. You get it into close-range situations. You want, like, kind of a panic button to pop in order to take care of big old groups of enemies. But it's nice that it does have a pretty decent range on it. Yeah, so I definitely have to find another meteor just to increase the chances that meteors start coming down. Oh, that's what I think I was saying, is that the power-ups that drop from the presents, they have a very short lifespan, so you like have to get it immediately. I've noticed that they have a very short cooldown, so yeah, I wish that they would stick around a little bit longer. Not necessarily like the whole map. I understand that you don't want your players just leaving health packs sitting around for the entire run, but you know, like that one, like I barely even had time to walk over and pick it up. Now, granted, I kind of walked back, shot a few enemies, came back, but it was still not a whole lot of time. Okay, let's work on taking this guy out, at least from a distance, so that way he doesn't hit us with multiple hits. Of course, we got the rocker zombies. Can't have a hardcore game without rocker zombies. Man, I'm not crazy about any of these. I don't really like the dash abilities that much. I'm just going to take the corpse explosion. That just seems like the best one. Most likely to hit enemies when enemies die. Okay, let's make our way around a little bit. There we go. Alright, let's take a look for some health. Aura. I don't really want the aura. Reduces speed. No, let's just go with more corpse explosion. Speed up. Well, that's not going to help us. Alright, that looks to be it. Let's get a move on. Nice. Some early health. Perfect. We're in this, like, weird giant chicken level. Not sure what the idea is behind that, but I guess we're... Ow! Okay, I didn't expect my dash to make him go that far. There's a health pack back here. Let me grab it! Let me grab it before it disappears. Thank you. Gotta stay nice and topped up, because once you start dropping, it's really hard to get large chunks of health back. Even, I mean, the fact that even if Barry was able to heal us, 15% health is really not a lot of health. It's basically just another health pack, so it's a little odd that you dedicate a whole level to just basically one health pack that you can find multiple of on a level. I'm going to take the bleed to meteor. I keep just saying tomato with an accent. It's a tomato. Yeah, nothing there. Although I guess 15% is, of course, going to scale with your HP, so that's not entirely accurate. Where are we at here? Are we at boss level? We are at boss level. Okay, he's going to swing. Yeah, it's swing twice at me. Let's drop some meteors on him. Let's go ahead and pop in here with a quick little ult. Ow. Thought I was kind of out of range there. There we go. Nice kill. Okay. Didn't lose too much. We got to recover a little bit of HP for sure. Let's go for zap attack, I suppose. Alright. This is where the... I think this is where... Yeah, this is where the tougher enemies start coming in. So we got to be a little bit more careful now. We got these, like, fireballs thing. They just shoot really long-range attacks that do a lot of damage. But they're pretty weak health-wise. So as long... yeah. Don't go in that. Don't go in that. Don't be stupid. Get out of there. Thank you. Okay. Any good health? Puncturing wounds. Do we have anything that's giving us bleed? I don't recall. Let's take a look here. We do have bleed to meteor. That's about it, though. And we do have access for one more active. It's something. I don't think I want to take another corpse explosion, so I guess... I mean, we have plenty of room for passives. So it's not the end of the world. We can try and focus on maybe getting a... Ooh, that was nice. Double health pack. Maybe we get a bleed attack. That would be a pretty nice pickup. Grab the health before it goes away. Man, I was thinking more we're going to survive that hit. Oh, double health pack. We're getting very lucky with the health packs. That's fortunate. Don't want the aura, don't care. Okay, we'll take Zap to Meteor. We're still at full health. We're doing good. We're doing good. I should have waited. Oh, armor's fine. Armor's fine. I thought that was health. You kill one, and then they just chain kill. Let's take the bleed to Meteor. Is there anything? Nope, there's nothing I need to hunt down for. How are we doing? Stage 14. All right. A couple more. Ooh. All right. Now we're going to start getting into the ducks. So the ducks basically pop up from the ground and they shoot these little, like, slow-moving projectiles. But you got to kind of track them down a little bit. Ow. Can we get some more health packs, please? Got one more. Nope, nothing there. All right, gotta be careful. Where's the duck popping up? Yeah, we got a lot of explosion damage this run. Just making sure our meteors hit enemies. Then we have the, of course, we have the explosions. We do have the burn attack, but I think I'm going to wait around until we can find the bleed attack. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait around until I can find the... I'm not sure. No, I think I'm just going to find the burn attack. Because the thing is, I think the way it works... Because if it increases the amount of stacks, then I can just get stacks built up with the bleed to meteor. And so it doesn't really matter where it's coming from. And I don't know how... Like, there's no indication I've seen on enemies, like, how many stacks of bleed they have on them. I'll have to pay better attention if we make it to this final boss. Because all the enemies right now are kind of dying a little bit too quick to see if they have bleed stacks on them. They probably do underneath the health bar. But I'm going to be honest. I'm paying a little bit too much attention. Well, I'm paying more attention and trying not to get hit. So I'm not paying attention to, like, status effects being applied and stuff like that. I'm just assuming that it is working properly. There we go. Nice. Any health packs? Any health packs, please? No. Frost attack. Your bleed, damn it. Well, that would be... If I had bleed attack, I would probably take this. I'm just going to take the frost attack here, level that up. That looks to be it. Again, we're kind of limited here from Strawberry, because as far as I know, this doesn't work. We do have the 2x power upgrade here, so hopefully that'll help us out a little bit. Speed up, nice. Man, no health packs on this floor, huh? Not a one. Burn attack, chain lightning. I don't really like chain lightning. Frozen veins isn't that great. All right, we'll take another burn attack. That's fine. Okay, health pack, fantastic. Okay, and now there's these skull enemies. So the skull enemies are kind of like the jester heads, but they can dash multiple times in quick succession. So you're not exactly safe if you just dodge it once. You gotta keep your eyes out a couple times. For now, let's just kind of stay back. Just use range to our advantage. But be aware of the... Oh my... Wow, my freaking fingers, man. Ruining me. Ruining me. Okay, armor. That doesn't help us. How are we doing with burn? Well, we do have the burn attacks. Alright, let's take playing with matches. Well, that armor was very poorly timed. I'm pretty sure I already destroyed everything over here. Yeah. Okay, can't hit that duck. That was fantastic. Let's go ahead and ult, try and kill everything. Okay, would really like some health packs. I'm starting to drop lower than I would like. There we go. There's something. right. Anything else? Oh, we got one more. One more I can pop. Let's go. Okay, I think now I'm gonna start taking the hemorrhage again. We only have one way to activate bleed, but we might end up needing it here. Especially we're getting close to the end. We only got one more floor here before getting to the actual boss. So I'm hoping we can get a little bit of heals here. But I'm not going to focus on the heals too much until we get to... Oh, there's a heal. I was going to say until we get to the end of the level, because I don't want to get sidetracked from these enemies. I want to make sure to conserve as much HP as possible. Ow! That was close. I just jumped right into the line of fire of that one. Okay, please, please, give me some heals. Give me some heals, because I'm not going to get any on the boss floor, so we might be out of... Yeah, we are out of luck. Oh, 2 more? Nope. Speed up. That doesn't help. Those aren't good. All right, let's take on Karen. Let's see how this goes. So I order my organic matcha pumpkin spice latte with extra virgin almond milk and rainbow pony sprinkles on top of this, and this is who they send. Yeah, it looks like a sugar baby. Late o'clock. Call the manager. Oh, incredible. Incredible. Get out of there. Get out of there. She's shielding. Okay. Come on, Karen. Let's go. Ooh, ooh, stay out of there. Stay out of there. Okay, I'm getting a little bit trapped. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, just stay out of range. Just stay out of range. She's already halfway. Let's just drop some meteors on her. Get out of the corner. Get out of the corner. Good, good, good. Yeah, there we go. Taking out Karen like you should always. Manager's on the phone. All right, let's make our way out. Nice. There we go. My dad at your skills. Unbeatable combo. All right, we got a Your X caliber for more attack power. And we got Face of Spades. It's the face of spades. The face of spades. Very nice. Now, let's take a look at this character, because I know that we get another character for beating Karen. We get... Who do we get? There we go. We get Pyro Kid, unlocked for $2,000. Thankfully, we did this before I did my talents here. It's Pyro Kid. No kid should ever play with fire, except for this one, who commands fire at his very fingertips, raining down absolute carnage on anyone trying to steal his lunch, or the lunch of his friends, or basically anyone's lunch. He is a ranged AoE attacker. Ooh, interesting. Shoot a fireball that stops at the first target hit, dealing 30% of your attack power as splash damage. Supercharge your hands and shoots a huge fire blast, doing 70% of your attack power's damage to all enemies in a straight line in front of you. Okay. Rain down meteors in a large area, dealing 20% of your attack power as damage, each 0.2 seconds for 3 seconds. All right, let's give this character a shot and see what he can do. Oh, so there's no... So it doesn't like fly out of your hands. It just kind of goes in the direction you're pointing and hopefully hits the first character that it hits. And then we have the... Oh, we have a nice little beam there. And then let's build up our ultimate and see how that one works. Okay, so you have to basically target where it is. Okay, so it's a fairly small area. But that's kind of cool. And it slows enemies. So let's take a look at our items here. Now, items, I should have mentioned before, items and talents are available for, or they're, what's the word? Basically, they work for all your characters. So whatever you put here, it goes across all your characters. You don't have to do different inventories for every character, which is super nice. But yeah, they all kind of have base stats of either attack power or health, and you need to level them up in order to get the secondary abilities. So there is going to be a lot of kind of grinding for these items. It feels like, at least right now, because you only get 1 or 2 items a run, And then we have Hank the Dank Trainer again. Let's go ahead and get another upgrade here. What are we going to get this time? We got characters base critical damage. Don't really care about that. I kind of wish we had crit chance. That would have been a lot nicer. But so it goes. It's completely random. I don't think these exclamation points actually mean anything. I've tried to look and see if like there's something new that I'm missing, but there's nothing in here. I think it's an early access game, so stuff like that is going to happen. But yeah, guys, that is the look, the first early look at least, for Degenheim, and of course it is full of degens. So initial impressions. I think that the gameplay itself is quite fun, and it is pretty fast-paced. You know, we've definitely seen, you know, it does kind of have a Hades-like combat feel mixed with the game structure of Brotato. Now, it kind of takes I wish it had a little bit more of the best of those pieces, because again, the skill structure to me, it feels a little bit anemic. Basically, so we kind of had two different builds there, right? Our first character, we kind of had an aura build. The second character, we had more of a meteor build. But then what else do you have? You have dashes. You have, geez, what else did you have? I mean, you guys know. You guys know my memory is like a goldfish. I have memory issues, and so I have trouble remembering that stuff. But we kind of talked about it, right? There's only a couple different categories of skills, and then there is one of each types of those for each of the different elements. So it feels a little redundant because while, sure, burn might do damage over time, and zap has a chance to hit multiple different enemies once, I mean, are those different enough to say that a burn, like adding burn to your basic attack and adding zap to your basic attack, are different enough that it changes feel to feel? I don't really think so, but like I said, a lot of the gameplay might just come down to the different characters, right? If you're going to have 20 different characters, like, let's take a look at the characters here real quick. Obviously, we're not going to have access to the characters, but just to take a look at unlocking them, you know, we're almost here to the 2,500 enemy kill, 50,000 coins. I'm less than halfway, 150,000 coins. That's a bunch of grinding. 20,000 enemies kill in total. We're not even close to that. And then the rest are unobtainable and not available in this version of the game. So there are a lot of characters available, and it is going to change up your gameplay, but I just feel like the builds inside the game themselves are going to be too similar, and very, very shortly after you start playing the game, after the first couple hours, you're going to feel like you've already done that build before. So I would like to see a little bit more ingenuity when it comes to those skills and changing them up a little bit. And then, of course, there are the smaller quality of life features. You know, for me, I lose track of my mouse, so just personal thing. I like to have a way to customize, not even necessarily customize, even if it's just making your mouse bigger, so that way you don't lose track of it, or you highlight it in like red, something that contrasts pretty highly. That's just kind of a personal like that I like to have in these games, especially if there's no auto aim, which obviously in this game there's not going to be auto aim. But that's just something that I would like to see. I'd also like to see, so this character screen, if we come into here to the character screen and we actually look at the character here, all of these stats and like your skills and stuff, there's no actual way that I could find to, maybe I'm wrong. Let me go ahead and jump in real quick. I want to see if you can actually see it in game. I don't believe you can unless you're outside of the game in this hub world. I've started multiple wars, and I must say, never have I seen anything as annoying and obnoxious as that Karen. Oh, so this is going to give us the intro to our third chapter here. Let's talk about the $2 steak voucher you found. We tried to list it on D-Bay and immediately got a wave of notifications from this one guy. It seems a fabled knight is challenging you for it. I know, weird, but he's saying it's his favorite. The duel ought to happen in, oh my god, a $2 steak. And he's a knight. Jesus Christ. Did they make Asmongold? Did they put Asmongold in the game? Attic Knight. Oh my god, they put Asmongold in the game. That's incredible. That's incredible. All right, let me jump in real quick. I want to see if we can see the stats of our character. I don't think we can, because if I come in here, we can see pickup abilities, and it shows us how many we have, but there's nothing here. There's bug report, settings, continue, exit, run, main menu. Tab is nothing. Shift, caps lock, alt, control, nothing. Well, we died incredibly quickly there. Yeah, so there's no way to see your stats in-game, which is a little odd. The only place that you can see your stats is... Or your stats, I mean, you can, of course, see your abilities, but you can see them here. Yeah, I don't know. Is it game-breaking? Of course not. But, I don't know. I feel like that's just something that is kind of standard, and I would, you know, like to see that kind of information, what's going on. I'm curious to see what these other areas are. Hopefully it's not just, like, encyclopedia and, I don't know, something... There's clearly something over there. They put something over there. We just can't get there yet. They're teasing us. But, yeah, what do you guys think? I think the combat is sweet. But, yeah, let me know what you think of Degenheim down below in the comment section. If you want to check it out for yourself, like I said, it is a request in playtest. So I will put the link to both the Steam page and their website down below, but you can request access through the Steam page. Yeah, if you guys liked the video and you had fun, make sure to smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But guys, I've been Ganyonz. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.